It's my first regular video in about a month, and I'm going to tell you about some things I love. Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to tell you all about some of my favorite things from the month of October. October was Plan As You Go month, and because it was Plan As You Go month, I spent most of my time in filming videos of my planner, but then I also was doing some other regular things. And I got some stuff I like, and a lot of it is not planner related. And I apologize for that for those of you who are here for the planner things, but I'm not going to just tell you about one thing. I'm going to tell you about all the things. And we're going to start with this puppy here. This is a Hydro Flask, and I think I am late to the Hydro Flask game. My sister has actually been on my ass to get one of these for a long time. She finally just gave me one. I guess the company is based where she lives, and they always give them as like swag and shit. So this was swag from some situation here. But I told her I didn't want to drink out of it because I don't like drinking out of wide-mouthed things because it gets it gets my face. I get like a fucking water mustache. I don't want that. So I found, when we were shopping, I found this like straw lid that has a straw that goes into it. And now it is my favorite thing right now. The reason why is it is insulated, which means shit stays cold. I guess it stays hot too, but I don't put hot drinks in here. This is entirely water. Let me put it this way. Before I go to bed at night, I put some ice and I fill this up with water so I can drink throughout the night. I take diuretics. I have kidney disease and I am fucking dehydrated all of the time. So I put ice and water in here and I go get into bed around 10:30, 11 at night, wake up in the morning at 7:30. The ice is still there. That's how insulated it is, even if the heater was running. I'm loving this. And I'm just keeping it, always having water in it. It means that I have cold water nearby at all times, which means I'm always trying to hydrate at the very least. This is the 18-ounce size, and I think I might like a bigger size eventually, but I think this size is my favorite right now because it actually fits in my car cup holder. I have one of those weird cup holders where you put it in. If it's a little too big, it'll cling on and like the insert will come out with your bottle, and it's fucking annoying when you're driving. So the 18 ounce is the size. I don't know if I'm linking the 18 ounce or a different size down below. I was kind of looking for something similar to this with the straw. Hydro Flask. Hydration. One of my favorites this month. The second thing that I'm loving, I'm actually going to pop a picture up right here, and it's of these slippers that I got from Target, and I'm currently wearing them, and I'm not going to stick my grubby ass fucking shoe in your face for this video, but just put it this way. They are memory foam slippers. They're like the clog style where you just slip them on. They're the Women's Deluxe by Dear Foam's Carol Knit Scuff Slippers. The ones I got are the oatmeal colored ones. And I mean, they're cute enough. They're not super cute. They're fucking schlumpy looking slippers. But the reason I like them is because A, there's memory foam, and B, I got them one size up. And the reason being is, like I just said, I'm on a lot of diuretics and I am in late stage kidney disease and I get edema. And edema, if you don't know, is when you swell up. And I get a lot of swelling in my ankles, in my feet, in my legs. It's like massive cankle territory. And because I sit at a desk for a lot of my day for working, my feet really swell up, and I used to just wear fuzzy socks all the time, but now it feels like I'm stuffing my little feet into a sausage casing. So I got the slippers because they're a little bit roomier, so they'll keep my little feet warm but not hurt them or put pressure on them, which is necessary when they're swollen. So I feel like an old person telling you all about this, but suffice to say, these slippers, they were like $15. They're super comfortable. My kid keeps stealing them. Like, they're awesome. You should check them out. Next is a candle. This shouldn't surprise you because I'm a basic bitch like that, but this is the Bath & Body Works Leaves candle. Now, this particular design I think is new for this year, but the scent, they had it last year, and it was my favorite last year. It's my favorite this year. I've got the candle. I've got some of the wallflowers. It smells so good. So the scent, according to the back, is crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. It's sweet, it's spicy. It basically smells like if delicious spiced cider was made into a candle. It throws really well when you light it. The scent fills up the room fairly quickly. And this particular pattern matches almost perfectly the plaid table runner that I have right now, which makes me just feel so fancy that my candles and my table match. Regardless, this is my favorite of all of the fall scents, and I tried to stock up a little bit on it so that I would have enough to get me through the winter without being a sad panda when it disappears. Bath & Body Works, in case you hadn't figured it out. I'm going to pop another picture up here. there's going to be a lot of that because there's a lot of things on this list that I'm just not holding. And the reason I'm not holding this is because my son ate all of it and didn't leave me any. And that is the wee yogurt. Now, this sounds like a ridiculous thing to say in a favorites video, but holy shit, this stuff tastes like dessert. Like, it doesn't taste like yogurt. It's not tangy at all. Like, it's so mild and it's extra rich and decadent. And I would not in a million years consider it a health food, but goddamn, it is delicious. To the point where, like, I have to take orders from the family as to which flavors to bring home, which means it comes in a glass jar. I now have, no, actually, allow me to demonstrate. This is the evidence of our obsession. It comes in these glass jars. And we're saving them. We're washing them out and saving them because they're glass. We don't want to waste them. We're thinking about using them for like craft supplies, maybe making candles with them, maybe making homemade yogurt with them. I heard that there's an Etsy shop that sells lids for them because they come with a little like peel off foil. I guess they make the yogurt in the jar as opposed to making the yogurt, then pouring it into the container. And that's why it sets up the way it does. But if this does not tell you that we are obsessed as a family, if this is not evidence that this is a favorite, I don't know what is. I don't want to hear any comments of your judgment. Don't even tell me. Okay, you can tell me if you're judging me. It's fine. I'm kind of judging myself right now. Another thing that I want to tell you about is a recipe. Okay, and this is going to make you think I am the most weak sauce fucking person on the planet. This is like not a complicated recipe. I found it on Pinterest. The recipe is from a website called dailyappetite.com. I'll pop it right here. The recipe is for chicken and gravy. Now you are going to judge the fuck out of me. I am not making gravy from scratch. I know how to make gravy from scratch. We make fucking gallons of it at Thanksgiving, but sometimes I don't have time for that. And this is a crock pot thing where you just put chicken breasts and chicken gravy packets and chicken broth into your crock pot and you shred it when it's done, and then you serve it on top of mashed potatoes that I make in the Instant Pot, and it is the most amazing comfort food for such small amounts of effort. And you know what? Sometimes that's what you want. Am I a gourmet chef? I never claimed to be, but goddamn, dude, chicken and gravy in the crock pot, so good. Next, I have 3 YouTube channels to tell you about, and I think it's because all 3 of them are that ones that not only did I start watching this month, but I like really started watching them this month. All 3 of them. One is planning related, one is lifestyle related, and one is World of Warcraft related. You're welcome. The planning related one is Shay Budgets. Now, I am enjoying the fuck out of her channel. She does plan with me. She does budget videos. She's super down to earth. Her budget videos are really easy to follow. She does paycheck to paycheck budgeting, and she not only does the video at the beginning of the month, but she checks in with you. And it's really awesome to see her process as somebody who is really stressed out when it comes to budgeting. Shay and I will actually be at 2 different events together, and I'm excited to actually meet her and be like, thanks, dude, your channel's awesome. Makes me feel better. We'll be at the New York Planner Addicts Masquerade in January, and the West Coast Planner Group's event, the Candy Shop, in October of 2019. Both of those tickets are on sale. I'll leave them linked down below. But the point being is that her budget video is very accessible. Her plan with me's just, it suits my style, and I really have been enjoying binge watching her videos. And I'm not somebody who binge watches a lot of planner content. I kind of watch here and there, but this is one of the few times I've actually just sat and like watched and then watched and watched. So I thought it was worth a mention. The second person was introduced to me by Sam from Happily a Housewife. Her name is Gia, and her channel is called Marriage and Motherhood. And I really enjoy it because she does Sunday resets and Costco hauls where she shows you her life and like all of the parts of her life. She talks about how she doesn't keep her kitchen clean the way that like fancy cleaning YouTubers do, that she's realistic. All of her shit is aspirational because she gets so much done, but it's super realistic. Her sense of humor is realistic. Her fucking life looks real, busy but real, and I appreciate that. I recommend her if you like watching family-oriented style videos. And the third, if you're into World of Warcraft, I don't know if you've been watching Hazelnutty Games, but I really appreciate her. I fell down the rabbit hole of World of Warcraft YouTube, and to be perfectly honest, so much of it is a bunch of bros talking about broly things, bitching about Azurite armor and all this other shit. And if you're not playing World of Warcraft, you're like, whatever, you can skip the next like few seconds. But Hazel is the woman. She's got bright pink hair. She talks about collecting pets. She's super upbeat. She's a lot of fun, and I glommed onto that. It was the first channel in the World of Warcraft world that didn't feel angry to me. And I don't want to go watch fucking Anger. I got the news for that. So anyway, those are the 3 YouTube channels I have been binge watching in October. Now that you've waded through all of that, I will tell you about the planner related things I love this month, and I don't think any of them are going to be a surprise. This is the Tombow Fudenosuke dual tip pen. It is the soft tip, and then one end is black and one end is gray. And I have used the shit out of this in Plan As You Go month. This is the pen I have used 90% of the time for my lettering challenge. The gray comes in handy for, shadowing, things like that. I love the tip of this. The hard tip is my favorite out of the Fudenosuke pens, but the soft tip here also works really well for practicing, and it's just convenient to have both pen tips together, I'm just been really loving this. It came in a 3-pack with a soft tipped pen, a hard tipped pen, and then this dual tipped one. And I just really enjoyed it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to find, I don't know if it exists or not, but I'm hoping I'll be able to find a pack of these with just this pen. Not that I don't want the other ones, but I feel like this one is going to get more use than the other ones are because of the double-sided nature of it. And I would love to just stock up on that one. But if you're a beginner, the hard tip is probably a little easier to use than the soft tip, but this is still a great option, especially if you want to add shadows and such to your lettering. Then this will be very, very convenient for that. The washi tape I have been loving this month is one I almost lost. I couldn't find it. And then I came across it when I was decluttering my desk, and I was so glad I did. It is this one. This is the Simply Gilded, I don't know the name of it. It was one of their Halloween washi tapes with the bats and the Happy Mail on it, and is so fucking adorable. It's not orange, which is not a color I love to use all the time. The purples and the silvers are great for Halloween. The bats are super cute. The little skulls it's just really cute. What else am I going to say about it? It's fucking Simply Gilded. I don't think it's available anymore now, but I hope she brings it back in some form or another next year, maybe with another color scheme or something like that. That would be awesome. And then finally, the planner stickers I've been loving this month, and I don't think you're going to blame me at all, are the Krissyanne Designs line at Michaels. Now, to be fair, I'm a little biased because I work with Kristen. My lettering's on some of these, and part of me is just completely over the moon to have my lettering on stuff in Michaels. But to be perfectly honest, I've gotten a lot of use out of these. Look, we got numbers. I use these in my bullet journal. I use these in my planner. This is the one. Now, I like them all. This one, though, this dates and numbers one is my favorite. I find it it's been the most used of mine so far. But the foil, especially the pink foil. I haven't even used this yet because I haven't been prepared to use any of it up yet. But I just think it's so pretty. And it's been very, very useful. One book I haven't used yet, but I'm really looking forward to, is this one. I think this is the adulting one, which has a bunch of sassy ass fucking comments on here. This is my sarcastic font. Whoops, unfriended, unfollowed. Your jealousy is showing. Didn't quit my job. Cooked a real dinner. Chicken and gravy. But, all of these little comments are on just different styles of paper. And I haven't used it yet, but I really want to, because basically I can look at this every day and pick out at least one, if not multiple ones of these that could sum up my attitude that day. Anyway, the line is great. They have it at Michael's. I believe it's available online as well. And Kristen still sells from her regular website. But this was a favorite of the month, both because there were 3 reasons this was a favorite of the month. 1, for the obvious reason of being so proud of Kristen and being so honored to have worked with her on it and seeing my own shit in the store. 2, because I just really like them as stickers. And 3, I'm not a fan of hunting for supplies. The hunt is not something that appeals to me, for me. And I had to keep looking and looking at my Michaels, and it was weeks of tomorrows before I actually finally got to see them there. But seeing everybody else hunt them and the excitement was just so cool. And so that added to the enjoyment. So it's the overall package. But yeah, these make me super happy. So I'm not even going to lie about it. These are fucking great. So those are the things that I loved in the month of October. I know it was a little all over the place, but I would love to know from you in the comments, what have you been loving? YouTube, food, stickers? I'm obviously willing to talk about anything. Why don't you tell me what you loved in the month of October so we can all be enabled together? Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.